Hearts have handed maiden starts to new signings Boisget, Augustin, Igor Rossi and Juanma. Prince Boabin has been given the all-clear fitness-wise. He'll continue his midfield alliance with the player's player of last year, Morgaro Gomes. Osman Sow scored the late winner against Rangers in Hearts' opening fixture a year ago. St Johnstone without mainstays. Dave Mackay and Stephen Anderson are happy to welcome back a fit against Simon Lappin. Brad Mackay and John Sutton, both former Jambos, are thrust into the spotlight against their old club. Goalkeeper Alan Manus makes his 150th appearance for the Saints. Delighted to have Chris Sutton with me. Chris, what are you looking for tactically today?
I think both teams will set up with a 4-4-2. Key men last season for Hearts were Boabin and Gomez protecting that back four. A talented duo of Walker will play off the right and Nicholson off the left. They'll be providing the ammunition for Osman Sow and Wanmar. For St Johnstone, Miller and Lappin look like they'll sit in. Craig and Witherspoon, I suspect, will play quite narrow. John Sutton will offer them a physical presence, and O'Halloran will have to play off his flicks.
The referee is Stephen McLean. St Johnstone without their Stephen McLean because of injury. And we're just about ready for the off. It's overcast, rain in the forecast. We hope it stays away. Now, can Hearts get off to a winning start? St Johnstone will have their own views on that subject. It will be Heart of Midlothian playing towards the Roseburn end of Tynecastle. The stadium is bursting at the seams with opening weekend excitement. This is Tynecastle. Let's make some noise. It is going to be noisy. Hearts back in the Premiership after a year away. St Johnstone fourth in the top flight last term, and usually a tough nut to crack. An intriguing way for both clubs to get the ball rolling. Chase made by Sam Nicholson, one of Hearts' flying wingers. Well, they're going to play their part today. It's a formidable 12th man in Gorgie. Chris, for you, what will be the keys to the contest?
Well, the first game for Hearts last season, they went to Ibrox and beat the Rangers team, and they just grew in stature and belief and went on from strength to strength, swatting Rangers and Hibs aside. So Hearts will want to start strongly at home.
Sam Nicholson chiseling a corner out of that, first of the game. Nicholson, the 20-year-old, he went the full 90 minutes in the League Cup victory over Arbroath on Thursday. Augustin, one of the aerial targets, floated in by Nicholson. Rossi's header on. John Sutton back there defending. Michael O'Halloran, often the St Johnstone game changer. When we spoke to Tommy Wright earlier about the St Johnstone team, about the setup, he said it would be 4-4-2. And through the middle, he's doing the defending that time. Was Scobie for St Johnstone. Tam Scobie in central defence, keeping a weather eye on Juanma, the new Hearts striker. Early sparring stages. Neil Alexander grew up supporting Heart of Midlothian. Alim Öztürk, youthful captain at 22. Osman Sow thought he had the legs. Not quite. So we'll be seeing plenty of Scobie, not to mention Brad Mackay.
Yeah, I think Easton was a bit fortunate to get away with that one. Osman Sow nearly kept that in.
Alan Manus, 23-year-old St Johnstone goalkeeper. He's in his 5th season with the club now. There's a milestone appearance for him. 150th appearance for the Perth club. John Sutton trying to glance that one on. It's going to take a bit of getting used to. Chris Sutton with me here on the commentary box. John Sutton out there on the pitch. And there is Scobie to safety. Prince Boabin, all-action midfield player. Wabben the Ghanaian, Nicholson's little flick, Brian Easton away for St Johnstone, straight down the throat of Błażej Augustin. That's Polish central defender. Oh, and the stumble there! Brad Mackay, what a mistake! What a promise! It's an awful start for St Johnstone, a glorious one for Hearts of Midlothian, and Brad Mackay, the former Jambo, has egg on his face.
Yeah, Miller just passes the ball back. It's a dreadful slip from Mackay. And it's a calm and composed finish through the keeper's legs. Just takes his time. Lovely finish. Has a look up. That's the worst possible start for St Johnstone, sorry.
Wamba utterly composed. So early in his Hearts career. Off and running. Hearts 1, St Johnstone 0. Well, just 4 minutes in, and the wound from the Saints' point of view, self-inflicted. Brad Mackay returning to Tynecastle. Signed a pre-contract with St Johnstone back in February. Made his intentions clear. He wanted first-team football. He wasn't really getting that here at Hearts. Well, he's got to get on with it. He's got to put that to one side, Chris.
Yeah, you feel for him. You know, he's back on the ground, which he started his career at. From Wanmar's point of view, great to get off the mark. You know, a striker going to a new club. It was gift-wrapped. Very, very composed finish.
Tom Scobie, former Falkirk player. Simon Lappin. There's a bit of an injury down prior to this match. St Johnstone trying to keep it moving. Michael O'Halloran. Joe Shaughnessy. St Johnstone right back, and Chris Miller wearing the armband, tantalising ball, and Lappin trying to ghost in there. And Callum Patterson sticking to his task finally. Scobie has it, and back it goes to Manus. A bit of encouragement that time for St Johnstone.
Yeah, good from St Johnstone. Worked it well down the right. Just went over John Sutton's head, and Lappin couldn't quite get his shot off.
Callum Patterson on the ground, had to get himself involved just seconds ago, Chris.
Yeah, a little injury there to Patterson. Don't know whether he's done his groin there. Looks a bit of a sore one.
Missed the first 5 league matches last season, Callum Patterson, because of a knee injury picked up in the Challenge Cup meeting with Annan. He's going to soldier on by the look of things. Not moving entirely freely, Patterson. Tom Scobie. Mentioned St Johnstone's injury problems, still without Dave Mackay and Stephen Anderson. Murray Davidson possibly for the season. Here's O'Halloran, and behind for the corner by Alim Öztürk. First for St Johnstone. Simon Lappin to deliver. John Sutton at the ready. Outswinger from Lappin, was dealt with by Morcaro Gomes. What a hugely important player he was for Hearts last season. Tom Scobie. To telegraph his intentions to O'Halloran. Well, it's not what Tommy Wright wanted to see when he took over the reins a couple of summers ago, already enshrined as the most successful manager ever, leading them to Scottish Cup success in 2014. First major silverware. Wabben just losing out to Liam Craig, back with St Johnstone's second spell with the club after a couple of roller coaster years at Hibs. O'Halloran, and the tackle was put in, a good one by Augustin.
It's better from St Johnstone though. Nice pass from Easton. O'Halloran got that little burst of pace, and it's actually not a bad comeback from them.
Simon Lappin to try once more. On that left peg of his. Plenty of curl on it. He's looking for Shaughnessy. Liam Craig hearing the boos. As with the territory when you're a former Hibby playing at Tynecastle. St Johnstone chasing this game. 1-0 to Hearts. St Johnstone were the masters of 1-0 in the Premiership last season. 8 times they eked out victories by that score. Free kick it is to St Johnstone. Craig just picking himself up. Robbie Nielsen is trying to adjust one or two things. Mackay's made the run towards the penalty area. Off the left foot of Easton. That's nodded on by Brad Mackay. Not to any great effect.
Wasn't the best ball from Easton.
Agustin. You heard the footsteps of O'Halloran. Patterson betwixt and between the two players. Patterson and Nicholson on with the game. St Johnstone have it back in play. Sam Scobie. Once Stephen Anderson is fit again after the fractured eye socket. One of the central defensive positions will be his. It's taken by Easton. Lappin right beside the byline. Goal kick it is. Neil Alexander in the shadow of the Gorgie stand, the Gorgie family stand as it's been renamed. We'll see more young supporters at that end of the ground this season. They've certainly got their money's worth in the last campaign, the Hearts fans. St Johnstone, a team usually punching above its weight. That's been the pattern the last few years. Can they keep doing it? Mackay. Well, it's been a nerve-jangling beginning to the game as far as Mackay's concerned.
I think that's the last thing Mackay wants. You know, being put under pressure from Manus there. I think the situation of the game, he's obviously given the goal away. Manus should put his foot through that.
David Wotherspoon. Chris Miller. Trying to get out with Morgado Gomes, who takes issue with the decision.
Yeah, not a lot in that for me. I think Gomez is quite strong there.
David Wotherspoon and Simon Lappin, the two players who are pondering it. Wotherspoon has trotted away. It's left to Lappin, was trying to find a St Johnstone head. Once again, Mackay up there.
Really good delivery from Lappin there. A little bit unlucky, Mackay.
Joe Shaughnessy getting his head to it when all was said and done. Twelve minutes have elapsed. Hearts 1, St Johnstone 0. Great to have you with us here on BT Sport. Derek Ray joined by the former Celtic striker Chris Sutton for commentary. Half time we'll hear again from Darryl Curry, Stephen Craigan and the Dundee manager Paul Hartley. Dundee off to an absolute flyer yesterday at Kilmarnock, top of the table. Here's Agustin. Trying to make the connection with Juanma. Mackay away. Patterson takes it. Prince Boabin. Speak a lot about the understanding he has with Morgado Gomes. They were teammates at Dundee United as well earlier in their respective careers. Shaughnessy. Cut out by Igor Rossi. He's playing at left back. No Kevin McCarthy in the starting 11. I think left back's going to be rather interesting for Hearts. But Juwon Oshaniwa, having had his work visa granted, likely to feature soon. Nigerian international. Shokase with a long throw. It was Sutton's header on, and Liam Craig tried to follow up. Alexander claims it for Hearts.
A dangerous throw from Shaughnessy. Sutton actually does well to flick it, and Craig nearly gets in.
Does it take a bit of getting used to for you, Chris, talking about Sutton and not John, your brother?
Of course it does. Yeah, I know John pretty well.
I'd hope so. Well, it's all down to you, isn't it, that he carved out a career for himself in the Scottish game?
I can't take all the credit. Actually clever with his movement there off the throw-in.
Rajay Augustin, next to him Ali Öztürk, king of the long shots, Öztürk. And in the 14th minute, applause from the Hearts supporters for a 14-year-old lad who's been very much under the weather, struggling with cancer. Peter Ashton at 14, that's a nice touch. Now here's Juanma, who'll try to have a go just wide of the target. Well, they're very much in touch with the community, the Hearts fans. I was aware of things like that, and the word got around prior to kick-off. There would be 14th minute applause. Pass by Easton. Manus missing out the midfield area. And John Sutton and Callum Patterson. Play on here, Chris.
Yeah, to be fair to Patterson, I think he's using his body well. You can see John out of the corner of his eye and is just easing him out. It's clever defending. I can see why John's unhappy, mind.
Patterson seems to be okay after the earlier knock. Gomes. Igor Rossi. Nobody on the end of it. It's intended for Juanma. And the Hearts players all wearing black armbands in memory of Jimmy Murray, a key member of arguably the best ever Hearts team that won the top flight in 1958. Jimmy Murray also the scorer of Scotland's very first World Cup finals goal at the 1958 tournament in Sweden. Lap in, looking for Sutton. Alexander was there. And Jamie Walker, one of the exciting young players to have come through. Rickerton in recent years. Rossi, no problems this time for Mackay. He's growing into the game. Rajay Augustin. There's a bit of Italian football experience in his past with Rimini, Catania, Vicenza. He's playing for Górnik Zabrze in his native Poland. Last season, last couple of years actually. Juanma. The flag was up anyway.
Yeah, Shudri's looking across the line there. Clearly offside.
Juanma getting the better of Alan Manus early on, but the bad error from Brad Mackay. That's the story here. Just waiting for the ball to be returned. Now, where is it? Who has it?
I don't think Tommy Wright would be too unhappy the way his team have come back into this, though, Derek. I think they've caused themselves one or two problems when they've played it around at the back, conceding the goal. But they've actually, going forward, looked half a threat.
Says it gets harder each year, Tommy Wright. He feels that a few of the other clubs in the Premiership have more money to spend on their squads this summer than have St Johnstone. Back to Alexander. Not sure he wanted that off the boot of Boabin. Öztürk. Scobie's header. Walker and Gomes almost getting in the way of each other. Here's Prince Boabin driving forward. Wilson veering into the centre. Important and effective block it was by Wotherspoon. Chris Miller on the ground.
Gomez just clashes there with Easton.
And a pause for thought and reflection. Almost 20 minutes gone, Hearts with the lead, but St Johnstone have one or two reasons to be cheerful. Asked a couple of questions of the Hearts defence. Well, substitution time, that's all for Chris Miller. Gone straight down the tunnel, and Scott Brown is called upon. Well, it's another St Johnstone injury problem. I think Scott Wilson, who's the well-known PA announcer here at Tynecastle, just announced the name of Scott Brown and then followed it up with a comment along the lines of, "Not that one." There are a few in Scottish football.
Yeah, I think one's more like than the other in certain quarters.
Chris Miller, captain for the day, taking no further part of this contest. Patterson. Scobie collapsing in a heap. Pressure applied by Juanma. He didn't think he had done very much wrong. Juanma, the Spaniard.
I think you'd call that experienced defending, Derek.
Well, this was earlier. Chris Miller, well, he went down just after Gomes had taken the fall. It's been a recurring groin injury where Miller is concerned, so St Johnstone not wanting to take any chances. Scott Brown on in his place. Witherspoon having to do the defending. Jamie Walker. Rossi. It's fed back by Juanma. A chase for Prince Boabin. It's a bit too hot for Gomes to handle. Mistake-ridden little passage just then. Patterson back to Alexander. Patterson. Never going to be favourites in the air against Easton. There's Mackay. Change of gear by Patterson. Juanma. Shovels it off expertly. Igor Rossi was playing in Portugal for Marítimo. He's there for 4.5 seasons, but by no means a regular at Marítimo last season. Happy to have his chance in Scottish football with Heart of Midlothian. Walker. And Patterson's making the run on the right-hand side. Now then Patterson, Brad Mackay did enough. Unaware of Juanma's lurking presence just behind him. It grinds to a halt for Hearts.
Yeah, better from Hearts, more patient in the midfield. Wonderful ball from Patterson. Just see it coming in here now. And whatever Brad Mackay was thinking as that was on his way, he actually dealt with it very well.
Settling into a rhythm. He's joined the Hearts youth scheme in 2010, having been an Edinburgh City player. But now with St Johnstone. Such a disappointing Europa League exit for the Saints. Going out to Alashkert of Armenia on away goals. There's a cruncher. Wotherspoon catching Rossi, and Stephen McLean will want a word with David Wotherspoon.
I think he's unfortunate there, Derek. I think it looked like a good, honest challenge. May have been slightly late. He's going for the ball there. He has called him.
So yellow card it is for David Wotherspoon.
I think there are challenges and challenges, but went for the ball.
Agustin forward. It's painful for Juanma. Clash of heads. Igor Rossi. It's Mackay away. Only as far as Gomes. Igor Rossi. Now Juanma. Steers in against Mackay. Corner to Hearts.
Look bright, Juanma has. Looks to have a good touch about him, good awareness. Must be buoyed after scoring that goal.
Only ever played lower league football in Spain. Juanma, last couple of years in Greece with Asteras and Canoni. Sam Nicholson with it for the Jambos. Agustin was causing havoc. Oh, he traps the ball, took a swing at it. And the forest of St Johnstone legs there. It's Igor Rossi who took aim. Crowded penalty area scene. Walker. Öztürk. Hearts fans never averse to the idea of an Öztürk shot from 40 or 45 yards out. You remember what he did in the derby back in October at Easter Road last season. Almost a repeat trick not long after that against Wraith Rovers. Free kick here to St Johnstone.
Yeah, I think both players looking at the ball.
Scobie. Brian Easton. Simon Lappin on that left-hand side for St Johnstone. O'Halloran just drifted out of the game in the last few minutes. Stewart had moved across. And Rossi going out right beside the corner flag.
Don't know whether St Johnstone will feel that was a good decision to play on or not. Dangerous position for the free kick.
Joe Shaughnessy signed on a free from Aberdeen. Shaughnessy, the Irishman. And the concession of a corner by Agustin. David Wotherspoon will take it. John Sutton, one of the players waiting. Insufficient guile from Wotherspoon. Coming off Gomes last of all. Will be Shaughnessy. He'll try it again. Joe Shaughnessy. And from Galway, made 59 Aberdeen appearances. One spells at Forfar and Falkirk. Oh, difficult bouncing ball and clawed away by Alexander. What a scramble. Lappin's in there. Somehow it stays out. And a bit of leaning in by Wotherspoon and respite for Hearts.
It's a good weapon, Derek, isn't it? The long throw. I think John Sutton using his body exceptionally well there. Just not dealing with him very well. Craig tries to anticipate. I think Alexander should really do better there, be stronger.
I think Alexander felt he'd been fouled. He was asking the question of referee Stephen McLean. Nothing there in the opinion of the referee, whatever way you look at it.
I'd be expecting my big burly goalkeeper to be a lot stronger there.
To give St Johnstone credit for the attempt. So ruffled a few feathers in the Hearts defence. Here's Wotherspoon for St Johnstone on the scent of an equaliser. O'Halloran. There was no illegal challenge from Patterson. Hang on. Stephen McLean just wants to have a chat with Prince Boivin.
Well, I can't work that one out, Derek. He wasn't involved in that. I think O'Halloran, to be fair, goes down a little bit easily. Boivin's probably said something to the referee.
But it's just a verbal rebuke for Prince Boivin. Hearts feeling that O'Halloran was at it. A little bit more than 15 minutes remaining in the first half. Hearts 1, St Johnstone 0. Now, is it going to be a free kick in favour of It was shuffled away in the nick of time by St Johnstone. Shock to say, back in play. Nicholson running out of room.
Yeah, I feel for the young man Mackay. I think he got away with one there. He's just got to calm down. He's made a mistake earlier in the game, but
Mackay confronted by Osman Sow. Wanma. There goes Scotty. Free kick this time.
that's a silly one. There's no need. Wanma's got his body in there. Just put your team under unnecessary pressure.
Can Hearts capitalise? Sam Nicholson. Been associated with Hearts since the age of 12. Nicholson. Anderson, one of the players lending height to the attack at the set piece. Nicholson with it, Manus. Got his glove to the ball, Rossi and Öztürk. Couldn't quite connect the Hearts skipper.
Manus actually does all right there, anticipate. Öztürk can't quite get his hip over the ball.
There's a flair for the spectacular Alim Öztürk. Nielsen had no hesitation in making him captain. Not afraid of youthful skippers. Well, Danny Wilson was the captain last term at 21. Go back a couple of decades, Gary Lott was the Hearts captain at the age of 20. Here's Lapin, and it comes off Öztürk. Alim Öztürk, born in the Netherlands at Alkmaar, with Turkish parentage. Ryan Easton to throw it back in play. Simon Lapin. Tony Wright certainly wanted Lapin, his experience for this important first game, especially when you think of the other experienced campaigners who are out. So has drifted off to the right. Having a go at this St Johnstone defence. He just couldn't work his way through. Still alive. There's a player down. Brad Mackay, I think, took one for the team just seconds ago, Chris.
Yeah, it looks I saw one there. Got to say, a wonderful run from So for a big guy. Got really good feet. Good awareness there, drifting inside two. Actually, Mackay's very brave there.
Osman So trying to be productive, nearly came off for him. A chance for the Hearts players to gather their thoughts at this juncture. Mackay catching his breath. A chance for us to tell you about what's coming up this week. On Wednesday it will be the second leg of Karabag against Celtic, live from Baku. That's Wednesday 5:15, Champions League third qualifying round, second leg. Then on Friday it's the Ladbrokes Championship opener, Rangers at home to St Mirren. BT Sport 1, Friday 7:15, and we're also on the air next Sunday with action from the Ladbrokes Premiership. Partick Thistle versus Celtic, the Glasgow Derby, Sunday 11:45 in the morning. BT Sport 1. Partick Thistle, who drew 0-0 with Hamilton yesterday, went to that game. Played with 10 men for most of it. Freddie Franz sent off. Celtic comfortable winners, 2-0 against Ross County. And that was flag day for them. Jamie Walker. Prince Bwabin, well aware that Patterson was making the run forward on the right. Didn't quite work its way to the feet of Callum Patterson. Jim McIntyre in attendance. Alan Archibald there, the Partick Thistle manager, just next to Jim McIntyre, the Ross County boss. Scott Brown to get through a bit of work in midfield, having come on for the stricken Miller. Ten minutes to go to half-time. Both sides have had their moments, but it's Hearts with the lead. Here's Brown. Hard-working midfield player. And to spread it out to Wotherspoon. Well, applause from David Wotherspoon. He appreciated what Brown was trying.
I think Wotherspoon could help himself, help his teammate there, just out a little bit wider there. Make that pass easier to execute.
Oh, Stephen McLean just having a look at that. Shakase walks away. Juanma on this near side. He thought there was perhaps an elbow, making sure that all the incisors are intact.
Isn't that type of game, Derek, is it? I think Shognessy's quite entitled to put his arm up to block Wanmar. It's accidental. He's a big strong boy, I'm sure he'll get on with it.
Hopefully no visit to the dentist required tomorrow morning. Flicked on by John Sutton, trying to release Simon Lappin. Here was back there defending Sam Nicholson, a diminutive Nicholson. It's Brown for St Johnstone. Now Easton, Liam Craig just offside.
Good Hearts line there. It just drifts in there, a couple of yards off.
And Tommy Wright's St Johnstone trying to battle back here after the concession of an early goal. Tom Scobie. A clattering from Osman So. High degree of difficulty there. Wanma has gone to ground again.
Just a bit of a clash there. It's in the wars. It's going to require a little bit of treatment.
Wanma's goal, the Hearts goal, and Brad Mackay with that stumble, and we know what happened next, Chris.
He just gets his feet in a mess. But Wanma actually superbly composed, looks up. Manus looks big. He just slides it through the legs. Lovely composed finish. It's what you want when you go to a new club, to get off the mark.
Totally single-minded, Wanma, and wheeling away in celebration. So far so good for Robbie Nielsen and Hearts. One or two twitchy moments at the back. Nobody said it was going to be easy against St Johnstone. Sam Nicholson just receiving a few words of wisdom. So Wanma off the pitch. Is he going to be able to make a quick return to the action? John Sutton. It's been quite the battle between Sutton and Augustin. Nicholson. The Sprints Brabham just showing too much of the ball to St Johnstone, but the whistle sounds here. And Wanma is indeed back on the pitch. Hearts have 11 again. Gomes. Unwanted pursuit of the ball on his part. Wanma showing for it. Mackay was alert. Jamie Walker. Osman So, very flexible forward. Seen him play wide in a few games as well. Can operate through the middle. I think it's flexibility that Robbie Nielsen very much wants in all areas of the pitch. Alexander forced to get rid of it. Wanma. The decision goes against Hearts here. Sam Scobie. Mentioned St Johnstone's European adventure for successive season in European competition. 6th in all. And it's over now, and it's on with the business. They're trying to pick up points in the Ladbrokes Premiership. Walker. Jamie Walker. Now, was he shoved? Apparently not. Chris Sutton.
Looked like a shove to me from here, Derek. I think he's a little bit unlucky there. Just a little tap on the back there. Enough for him to go over.
Liam Craig was his direct opponent. Neil Alexander, in his 2nd season with Hearts. Joined the club after being released by Crystal Palace. Scobie wasn't too particular about where he sent it. Well, he's usually all business, Robbie Nielsen. Must be happy about the way things have started. Hearts back in the top flight and leading here against St Johnstone.
Always a worry for a manager. First league game of the season.
Wanma, shock to say to begin with. There is Wotherspoon and Brown and Craig trying to work something, that little triangle. Easton, Lappin. Scott Brown with Osman So right on top of him. It's worked its way to O'Halloran. St Johnstone need to get him more involved in the game. Lappin offside. Flag had gone up a few seconds before that. Just a reminder about our coverage of the Community Shield. It's Arsenal against Chelsea live today, 2:30 on BT Sport 2. And for BT TV customers, also on our new channel, BT Sport Ultra HD. For more details of the matches on BT Sport Ultra HD, visit btsport.com. HeartsvStJohnstone2Aug2015FullGame.com. Comes off Simon Lappin. Well, we'll get the chance to hear from Paul Hartley, the Dundee manager. Stephen Craigan at half-time. We'll be with Darryl Curry dissecting the first half course of events. I think we're going to have a minimum of 3 added minutes. At least that's the indication as of now. Brown. Michael O'Halloran. John Sutton had drifted to the right flank. O'Halloran. There's a spring in his step now. Simon Lappin, tantalising ball. John Sutton, and it's cleared off the line. Nicholson carrying out his defensive duties.
Good passage of play again from St Johnstone. They work it well from right to left. O'Halloran was bright. There's a wonderful ball in, and John Sutton got up well. Headed it back across goal.
Now Wotherspoon. This time Ali Öztürk away on the volley. Magically pointed over towards Sam Nicholson. Just giving him more defensive instructions. Easton. Now it's Lappin. And Callum Patterson. I think that might just clear the roof. Oh, close.
It's a wonderful ball in from Lappin. And John does everything right there. Heads it back across goal. No real pace on the ball.
Quick thinking by Sam Nicholson. St Johnstone free kick. Michael O'Halloran trying to affect the game. Confirmation that it will be a minimum of 3 added minutes at the end of the half. David Wotherspoon tasked with taking it. Brad Mackay has joined the throng. Wotherspoon, it takes off.
Yeah, poor ball there from Wotherspoon.
Well, Tommy Wright will shortly be able to address his troops. I dare say he wasn't exactly thrilled with that last set piece, but they have been knocking on the door, Chris.
Yes, I think he'll be encouraged. I think it's a poor start. Mackay had a nightmare for the goal, but they've grown into the game. I like the look of O'Halloran. He's picking those little pockets. Lappin's been half a threat down the left-hand side, whipping some nice balls in. They're still well in this game.
Boabin was buffeted. His second season with Hearts. He missed the final 11 games last term with a toe injury. He's been battling injuries in pre-season. 2010 Scottish Cup winner with Dundee United, Prince Boabin. Öztürk. Up towards Juanma. Mackay's header away. Scurry by Nicholson. Can be waspish and lively. The ball at his feet. Boabin. Nicholson again. Patterson. Sam Nicholson, such a difficult player to pick up. Boabin just dallied. Here's Rossi. He's got it back from Juanma. It's gone out for a St Johnstone throw, much to Juanma's chagrin. Just shocked to see to take it. Juanma appealing. It would have been a soft free kick had it been given then. Johnston, the third best defence in the Premiership last season. Normally a very hard side to play against, but Hearts getting the better of them in the 4th minute. Juanma launching his SPFL career in style. Bad mistake, you've got to say, by Brad Mackay, the former Jambo. It's Hearts in front at the interval at Tynecastle. Hearts 1, St Johnstone 0.
Welcome back to Tynecastle. Hearts are leading at the break and they've got some more to look forward to this season as well. That's the new signing, Juwon Oshaniwa, being paraded, introduced to the crowd. Visa problems held up the transfer. He was over in Nigeria, but he has finally arrived in Scotland's capital. So Tynecastle today. Next weekend our cameras focus on Old Trafford. Matchday Live starts with Fletch and Sav. That's Saturday from 10 AM on BT Sport 1, and then the big event after that, Manchester United kick off their league season against Spurs. That's from midday, BT Sport 1. Also on our new BT Sport Ultra HD channel. For details on that, head to btsports.com. Paul Hartley and Stephen Craigan are with me pitch side today. So Hearts leading, that means all the fans around us are very happy at the moment. Paul, did they deserve the lead?
Well, it was a mistake that got them the goal, and you know, Tommy's probably said to his players before the game, keep it tight for the first period of the game, and then a mistake. And you can see the young lad, I think he was caught in two minds. Do I play it short or do I play it long? And then he sort of trips himself up.
Yes, it's a bad moment for him back against his old club, Stephen.
Well, it is, you know, but Tommy will have said pre-match, in the early part of the game, defenders make positive choices. Take 2 touches, take 1 out of your feet and clear down the line. But because he dwells on it, does he play it to Joe Shaughnessy? Does he play it long? But then it's too late, then he slips. So, you know, I think Brad should have made a real positive decision. Go and put it in the channel, go and play in the opposition's half and clear your lines. Take the pressure off yourself, and he didn't do that.
But Robbie Nielsen will also be delighted because they were pressing high up the park there. They forced a mistake as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of the first time that they pressed within that period of the game, but then they sort of dropped off. But you've seen as they pressed, made a mistake. It's still a good finish. He's got a lot to do. He was calm and he keeps it low. But as Stephen said there, you just clear your lines, defend. Don't take any chances early in the game. But you know, you see that, you know, it's a shame for the young lad.
Hopefully you can hear us loud and clear. The PA here is rather loud at Tynecastle. Everyone's a little excited, I think, on opening day. St Johnstone want to get more excited, but they've not had a lot really to talk about. A couple of chances. This one from Shaughnessy's long throw, which is a weapon, Stephen.
Well, we spoke pre-match about that. You know, if you've got John Sutton on your side, you've got to have good delivery. Whether it's from a corner, whether it's from a throw-in, whether it's for a cross from open play. This time it's Simon Lappin. You know, that's John's strength, is peeling on the fullbacks, getting the better off and getting headers on goal. But, you know, credit to Sam Nicholson, but Tommy Wright will expect more of that in the second half.
He'll want a lot more of that to use Sutton in the right way.
He needs crosses into the box, and they've got good delivery from Lappin and Witherspoon, but he needs more of that. He needs better service in there. I think St Johnstone have did okay when they lost the goal. They get spooked a wee bit. I think they've come into the game pretty well.
They've had some bad fortune as well. Chris Miller is away off injured. When you think Murray Davidson getting injured in the pre-season as well, that's the last thing they needed.
Well, you just wonder how fit Chris Miller was. You know, did Tommy probably take a little bit of a gamble knowing he may break down? Because when you're missing Dave Mackay, Stephen Anderson, Murray Davidson, you mentioned, that's a core of your team. So you want your most experienced players playing. So it hasn't been an ideal start for Tommy, but he'll hope for better in the second half.
Far from ideal for St Johnstone so far. Much better for Hearts though. If you're a new signing, what do you want? A goal on your league debut. That's Juanma putting the Jambos ahead. Can St Johnstone find a response? We're going to find out next.
Ladbrokes backing Scottish football on BT Sport.
Barcelona, Europe's best. It is still Sevilla.
So many steps to cleansing skin. What a chore! Garnier makes removing makeup easier with micellar cleansing water. In one step, the micelles capture makeup and impurities like a magnet. Removes makeup, cleanses, soothes. Your 3-in-1 solution for sensitive skin. Now available in handbag size. Garnier.
Your face goes through a lot. give it the care it needs. Whatever life throws at you, Nivea Men Cream will help keep your skin looking its best. Fast absorbing, non-greasy. Men, this is your cream. Nivea Men, it starts with you.
What's this? Here comes another fantastic offer from Betfair. Bet £25 on the Premier League top goal scorer and get a £5 free bet for every match they score in. It's as simple as tap, tap, boom. This is Betfair. Tap, tap, boom.
I see a land. A land without wobbly dining tables, flat packs or Allen keys. Where exclusively designed furniture is made using solid oak. A place of dovetailed joints, beautiful detail. So let's furnish the land with Oak Furniture Land.
And there's up to 50% off too.
On wood. I like it here. It's nice. The garden is full of monsters. Before Mummy and Daddy lived here, they lived at Nana and Grandad's, but they didn't like it. So then, they had a long talk with the bank, who lent them some money to buy their own house. This house. So they can have me.
Need to get a move on? Challenge Scotland's best mortgage lender to find the right mortgage for you. The Royal Bank of Scotland.
Sorry, mate.
Hey, sorry.
Hey.
Oh, no!
Blast! Benji!
All over the computer.
It's broken.
No, Benji.
Completely ruined.
My dream is to build a monument to one of Britain's favourite sons, me. So I've decided it's time to build Piers' Pier. Something like this is an expensive undertaking, but one big win on Lotto, and Piers' Pier is open for business.
Charge!
What will people say? I think they'll say thank you. Thank you, Piers.
Anyone can win with Lotto. Please, don't let it be him.
All new Renault Twingo. Go anywhere, go everywhere. With 3 years 0% APR representative during Renault summer season.
Ladbrokes backing Scottish football on BT Sport.
Let me mark your card. The UEFA Super Cup is coming to BT Sport Europe. That's Barcelona against Sevilla, Tuesday the 11th of August at 7 p.m. We're all set to go for the second half here at Tynecastle. Teams are out, so back over to Chris Sutton and Derek Ray.
Thanks again, Darryl. The fourth meeting of Hearts and St Johnstone in an opening fixture in the past 6 years. It was a strange beginning to this game. A mistake by Brad Mackay, setting the table for Juanma in his SPFL debut. And he finished with authority. That's the goal that separates the two teams. And it's St Johnstone to play towards their own supporters, the knot of around 800 who've travelled from Perth in the Roseburn stand. Well, one or two encouraging signs for the Perth club towards the end of the first half. Hearts didn't have things all their own way. It has been a fascinating tactical battle. Here's Simon Lappin for St Johnstone. Brian Easton. Liam Craig is the player down.
Yeah, just a challenge, eh? Looks to fall quite awkwardly on his knee there. Surely they can't lose another player, St Johnstone. Poor Tommy Wright, you've got a feel for him. Dave Mackay out, Steve Anderson out, two big defenders.
Just a quick apology for the gesture by a fan that our camera may have picked up. Patterson, oh, it's 6s and 7s. O'Halloran right across the face of goal for St Johnstone. Well, it stayed in play until now. Michael O'Halloran, close run thing.
Yeah, just John Sutton's presence there. O'Halloran gambles. Patterson should really deal with that and put his foot through it. I just don't know if Wotherspoon would have gambled on the cross. Maybe St Johnstone would be level.
Osman So, once again occupying Brad Mackay. Easton gives it leather, headed down by Öztürk, tidally to Patterson. Scobie away. Wanma back to Nicholson. Didn't really see enough from Nicholson and Walker on the flanks for Hearts. Here's So going up the centre. Oh, and Mackay hobbling. I'm hearing it from one or two in the Gorgie stand. Alan Manus joined St Johnstone back in July 2011 from Shamrock Rovers. Osman So, never quite know what he's going to do next. Gomes back to Agustin and out to Igor Rossi. Gomes keeps things sticking over in midfield. Wabben now. There's a bit of an overload there from St Johnstone. On the other side as Patterson feeds it in. Walker just couldn't quite control it to his satisfaction. Callum Patterson again. And the spin of the turn by Wanma. Brilliant attacking play. Just wide. Wanma against Mackay.
Well, Patterson put a lovely ball into Walker just before that. That's a cracking ball. Mackay's too tight. Wanma can just feel him and he rolls him. And he's unlucky with the shot, just drags it wide.
We were just talking about Wanma, Chris, during the half-time interval off air, and you were saying he looks the part. You could see him being pretty useful at this level.
Yeah, he looks a good target man. He uses his body well just in that situation where he just missed that chance. But Mackay here gets far too tight. And as a centre forward, if you can feel him, you can turn him. He just drags it wide there.
That's now spoilt for choice when you look at the various attackers Robbie Nielsen can field on a week-to-week basis. There's Gavin Riley amongst the substitutes. Signed from Queen of the South. Gary Oliver in reserve as well. And St Johnstone trailing by a goal to nil. It's Brad Mackay with the Saints free kick. Goes to it, just a suspicion of the arm around the shoulder of Sutton. Scobie into reverse, and Manus gets put on ball. Rossi's header. So Jamie Walker composed. Very much the Hearts' maxim last season in the Championship past, don't panic. We're keen to knock it around. Igor Rossi, one of the new recruits, 26-year-old Brazilian. Oh, and it's fallen for Liam Craig. Augustin letting it bounce away by Rossi.
Well, it's poor from Hearts. Liam Craig is clever. He just drifts into a space, I think, behind Augustin. It's a bit of an opportunity for Craig. Hearts just switch off at the back.
Just Shaughnessy, entrusted with the throw. Long throw as well. Alexander just trying to get his fingertips to it. Back in by Shaughnessy. Away by Agustin. And now the charge is on. Juanma. Superb work. Nicholson. Down he goes. Tripped up by Manus. Penalty. Fluency from Hearts. St Johnstone just could not live with them.
Yeah, Juanma clever again. Plays the ball to Nicholson at the right time. He just draws Manus. And it's a Stonewall penalty. You think Juanma could release it earlier, but he just takes that extra touch and it's perfect for Nicholson. His first touch is a little bit heavy, but it actually lures Manus in just there. Yeah, and it's a penalty for me, Derek.
Well, Manus now trying to deny Osman So from the penalty spot. Crucial moment in this game at Tynecastle. Here is Osman So, and Manus able to save it, but into the back of the net it goes. Well, Jamie Walker there to follow up, and Hearts have their seconds. Well on the way to an opening weekend victory.
Yeah, poor Alan Manus guesses right. Tommy Ryder will be tearing his hair out. Fair play to Jamie Walker, he reacts first. But St Johnstone defenders, they should be reacting a lot quicker and clearing that.
Jamie Walker, the Hearts fans player of last season. The great nephew of the legendary Tommy Walker. The club's most successful manager ever. Now Hearts are well placed now. A bit of head scratching must be going on in the St Johnstone camp. They were so obdurate, so well organised last season. Difficult to score against. A goal early in the first half and another one at the beginning of the second. Tommy Wright's team have it all to do.
He's got every right to be furious there. Some goals can be accounted for, but that, I mean, one of the St Johnstone defenders should have just followed that in and cleared it. Jamie Walker shouldn't be getting there first. Here's the penalty incident again. A little bit heavy with his first touch, but it draws Manus. It's not the greatest of penalties, but St Johnstone have to react quicker. Walker's hungrier, and it's a killer blow for St Johnstone.
The Hearts can take great strength from that second goal. Gomez, always busy. Nicholson. One way, then the other. And just dragged it too far. And Nicholson appealing. He got the last nick on the ball. The covering defender was Easton. They had words for Brian Easton. Sam Nicholson. John Sutton trying to help the ball on its way. Here's Callum Patterson. Scrapes it forward. Juanma. I give credit to Juanma. He's made life very difficult for Brad Mackay. That head-to-head confrontation. Callum Patterson. Of Tam Scobie. And in goal in the closing stages of the last meeting of these two sides, a thrilling 3-3 draw, January 2014, after Alan Manus had been sent off. Actually conceded a goal in the dying embers of that game. Scobie. Stayed in play. Gomez always seems to be available. Now Boabin is filling in. Shaughnessy was looking for Liam Craig. They need the more creative players such as Craig to begin influencing this match. St Johnstone headed out of play by Augustin. Began his senior career at Bolton, only ever made one appearance there. Shaughnessy. And Alexander falling back. Simon Lappin stealing in. St Johnstone are back in the contest. Alexander thought there should have been a foul. Lappin kept going and it's game on.
Well, they've struggled with the long throw all afternoon. Alexander has to be stronger. There's an experienced keeper. It's not a push, and Lappin does the right thing. He just gambles, and it's an easy tap-in. Got to expect more from your goalkeeper there, Derek.
Not sure if Alexander thought there was contact from Liam Craig. If there was any contact at all, it was minimal. And St Johnstone believe again. Simon Lappin on target. Only his second goal for the Saints. He netted against Aberdeen. That thrilling 1-1 draw that we covered back in January at McDermott Park. Shaughnessy. Down he goes. Free kick to St Johnstone. Different equation here.
Well, it's funny, after Hearts go 2 up, for a couple of minutes they looked like they were in total control of the game. St Johnstone get one back, and Hearts seem to be panicking a little bit.
Brad Mackay has made his way into the penalty area. Only the left foot of Liam Craig. And Alexander, he's had one or two twitchy moments in this match. Completely bowling it out. O'Halloran. He's the St Johnstone talisman last term. O'Halloran taking the ball for a run. Opposed by Patterson. That was ungainly. Free kick to St Johnstone.
Bright again from O'Halloran. He's brought that one, but Patterson really should just stay on his feet. O'Halloran's not going anywhere. There's going to be another ball loaded in from St Johnstone.
It'll be Lappin's turn to take it. St Johnstone players also wearing black armbands in memory of Jimmy Murray, the Hearts great. Simon Lappin. Mackay was trying to make the connection. Prince Wabbin. Beating Wotherspoon to it. Scott Brown's backing off. Wabbin. Now can he switch the point of attack? He does so. Jamie Walker. Well, it wasn't quite right for Wanma. Well, a little bit of pushing and shoving. Wanma and Manus. They weren't exactly exchanging pleasantries just then. This was the move as it unfolded, Chris.
Yeah, Boabin gets his head up well. And Walker, I think he's just trying to pass that into the far corner.
Once on the counter-attack. 2-1 it remains. Simon Lappin hauling St Johnstone back into contention on this opening Sunday in the SPFL Premiership for the two clubs. Liam Craig. Patterson has missed it. O'Halloran. It's Craig again. He's trying to follow through for St Johnstone. Such a big hit in his first spell with the club. And back it goes to Manus, trying to just get it away. His 150th St Johnstone appearance. Was conscious of exactly where he was as well. The edge of his own penalty area, making his way out. Gomez. Hearts will breathe a lot more easily if they can restore the 2-goal cushion. And at 2-1, St Johnstone very much in this. Wabbin. Walker. Gone past the hour mark in Gorgie. line of containment in place for St Johnstone. Öztürk trying to clear it away. O'Halloran for Shoggasing. Michael O'Halloran buzzing around. He wanted to do it on his own. Patterson finally taking care of the situation. Now Wanma. Well, that's been the battle. Wanma and Mackay. Morgado Gomes. He's finally poised at the moment, Chris Sutton.
Yes, end to end a little bit. I think Hearts can pass the ball quicker through the midfield, just taking the extra touch, which is killing them. O'Halloran, a good break there before.
Lovely header by Patterson. Jamie Walker, so fleet of foot. And Patterson! 3-1! Callum Patterson applies the finishing touch. He had a hand in it prior to that finish. And it is a two-goal cushion again.
I think he's played centre forward a few times last year, Patterson. Strong header and he just follows his run. But watch Walker here, really good awareness. Knows where he's going to pass it, gets his head up, feeds a lovely ball, and it's a wonderfully composed finish from Patterson.
Well, he does know how to put the ball in the back of the net, but all the credit has to go to Jamie Walker for biding his time, and Patterson did the rest. And it's 3-1 to Heart of Midlothian. Well, there was hope for St Johnstone. There's Lappin, and he takes a swing at it into the Roseburn stand.
Yeah, doesn't catch it right. Lappin has got a good left foot.
Neil Alexander didn't look all that confident thinking back to the Lappin goal. Just going to feel a bit more relaxed once again. 3-1 they lead. Sutton and O'Halloran darting through. Öztürk couldn't commit himself too much. Wotherspoon for St Johnstone. David Wotherspoon into the clutches of Alexander.
Good feet from Wotherspoon here. He sets Rossi up here. Good little step over. You can see his idea trying to feed that into the far corner. Doesn't get it quite right.
He feels he ought to score more goals. Just 2 in his St Johnstone career. This is 94th match. David Wotherspoon. Wajé Augustin. Patterson is trying to get goal side of Easton. There goes Callum Patterson. Much ado about nothing. A big roar from the Hearts fans around us in the Wakefield stand.
I'm afraid you don't get them.
All part of the rough and tumble of the Scottish game. Mistake again by Mackay. There's Brown covering up. Scott Brown, who came on for the injured Chris Miller all the way through the first half. Wotherspoon just dancing with the ball at his feet.
He's got good feet, hasn't he, Wotherspoon? Good balance. I think Gomez is a bit unlucky there. He can't really go anywhere.
Gomez, the snuffer out in chief for Hearts. Offside flag is up. Try to catch Hearts on the hop. Wotherspoon in the illegal position.
Looks a pretty straightforward decision from the assistant. Wotherspoon shouldn't be offside there. You can see along the line.
Don't forget, we're back with you on Wednesday, 5:15. It's Karabag against Celtic in Champions League qualifying. It's on BT Sport Europe. Rangers against St Mirren, BT Sport 1, Ladbrokes Championship opening game Friday night 7:15. Next Sunday, BT Sport 1, Partick Thistle Celtic. As Hearts try to threaten again, Nicholson! Not to be. His radar not working properly.
Right, smile from Nicholson there. It's just hooked on. Gets a bit of a break there. And he tries to go with the laces and smash it. Might have been better just composing himself and sliding it under Manus.
John Sutton's header on. Wotherspoon. Trying to play in Shaughnessy. Augustine. Scott Brown. Lack of attacking punch. That's the biggest problem of all for St Johnstone last season. They knew how to prevent goals. 3 conceded in this game, and Nicholson on the move. Trying to give it to Walker. Those two usually have an excellent understanding. Gomes. Lappin. Challenges have been flying in. And a yellow card here for Morgado Gomes.
Yeah, I think he goes in with his studs up here. I think it's a challenge he thinks he can win, but it's just slightly late. Yellow might be about right.
Second season at Hearts for Morgado Gomes. Signed a 3-year deal. Was named Players Player of the Year last time round at the club. Scobie, that raking free kick. Now O'Halloran trying to push it back. Oh, it's Liam Craig at the tail end of the move. After John Sutton had fired it towards goal.
Yeah, John Sutton does well in the initial instant, winning the header. Good layer from O'Halloran. I mean, John might tell you that was a pass, but that certainly wasn't. I think that was an attempted shot, but a good contact there from Craig. And it could have been 3-2.
Well, it's been back and forth. Been thoroughly entertaining. This second half to date. Oh, and now Scobie and Juanma squaring up to each other. Stephen McLean just trying to separate the two parties. Juanma might well learn the Scottish expression, keep the heat.
Well, I think he's got the centre-half bearing rattled. He's been a real physical presence all afternoon. They're still going on.
It's the icy stare, wasn't it? Who wanted to blink first? Well, there's going to be a change made by St Johnstone. On will come Graham Cummins, the 27-year-old Irishman. We wondered if he would start this game. Didn't work out that way. And that's going to be all for the goalscorer, Simon Lappin. He departs the scene. So another attacker is on, Chris.
Yeah, I think Cummins has been around in England, down at Exeter the last season. He's a decent finisher from what I've heard, and played on the left in pre-season as a 3.
Some of the regulars, spectators, Murray Davidson, Stephen Anderson, Dave Mackay, able to take part. Murray Davidson is going to be out for the long haul. Dave Mackay's hoping to be back in a few weeks. Should be a bit sooner for Stephen Anderson. Let's see if Cummins can make a difference. One here to Hearts. Graham Cummins received hospital treatment quite recently to disentangle an eyelid caught in a training top. I didn't make that up. Apparently it did happen. It sounds painful to say the least.
That sounds pretty ridiculous.
There'll be one or two ridiculous things that have happened to footballers over the years. I suppose not confined just to footballers either. Accidents in the shower, things like that.
I've not heard of that one before, Derek.
No, you want to be too. Walker try to play it to Juanma. Here's So. Shot to see backing off Osman So. Morgado Gomez. High and hopeful.
Slightly optimistic from Gomez. I think had he got his head up, he could have gone outright to Walker. May have been a better option.
Shy into the Gorgie family stand. Öztürk is labouring a bit. We'll watch him. Well, the Hearts supporters really took to him last season. Always helps when you're capable of coming up with an inspirational last-ditch equaliser from, 40 yards away in an Edinburgh derby. That's going to make you a Gorgie hero. Now the captain, made skipper by Robbie Nielsen. He talks it over with Stevie Crawford, his right-hand man. Gordon Patterson, the long-serving kit man in the background.
Bit of a worry there, I think, for Öztürk, holding his knee. Got young Jordan McGee on the bench who could come on and replace him.
Well, that's the thing for Hearts. They do have options aplenty in central defence, and Jordan McGee is getting ready just in case. Öztürk back on his feet. They'll want to see him return if at all possible. And Jordan McGee waiting in the wings. The thing is that Igor Rossi can play in central defence as well. Likelihood is Juwon Oshaniwa will end up being the first choice left back. Pass by Walker. Igor Rossi. He's got taken out by an irate Liam Craig. He's showing us his feisty side.
I can understand his frustration, but it's a foul.
And such a good professional over the years, Liam Craig. St Johnstone fans very excited about the return of this particular Saint. Igor Rossi, who was the fourth summer signing by Hearts. And Craig all the way up to John Sutton. Roger Augustin. St Johnstone ball, and John Sutton wants it. Augustin wasn't keen to oblige.
Another chance to get that long throw in.
It's been a useful weapon, hasn't it, by St Johnstone in this match. Joe Shaughnessy, latest long throw. Powerful header away by Augustin. Juanma. Trying to use his body to good effect. Well, really, you've got to say Juanma did his job there.
Absolutely, that's wonderful centre-forward play. Uses his body so well. But he can feel players around him. He backs in, shields the ball. It's great to have a player like that in the side. Get you up the pitch.
Seem to remember hold-up play like that back in the day. And certain Chris Sutton.
Very kind, Derek.
Oh, it's leading 3-1. St Johnstone certainly not giving up without a fight. David Wotherspoon and John Sutton! It's 3-2 just like that. John Sutton scores against one of his old clubs. Not in the bag just yet.
Well, actually, in the initial instance here, I thought Wotherspoon should have put it in with his right foot, but he's clever, drags it back onto his left. And it's a wonderful glancing header from John. knows where the goal is. What's he, 10 yards? And flicks it into the far corner. St Johnstone are right back in this.
Well, Chris Sutton there with the analysis. And a goal by John Sutton, his younger brother. Well, a hush has almost descended upon Tynecastle after that. And Scott Brown, Nicholson looking for a bit of sympathy. Not getting any. Now Easton forward. Misjudged by Öztürk. Sutton pushing it through for O'Halloran. So trying to befuddle Rossi. Patterson and turned by Augustin. It's non-stop here.
Well, Öztürk misjudges the flight of the ball, but Rossi actually did really well to hold O'Halloran up there.
Now Liam Craig. Öztürk couldn't really middle the header. Now Brad Mackay gives it a smack. Joe Shotgussie once again to throw it in. There's going to be a change for Heart of Midlothian. Kevin McCarthy has been going through his paces. And Juanma is withdrawn. The Hearts fans have really enjoyed this performance by the new Spanish striker. A portent of wonderful things to come, they will hope. Scored the first goal after the mistake by Mackay. It's a left back on for a striker here. Kevin McCarthy getting the nod.
Yeah, it looks to be a good acquisition, Juanma.
Shotgussie. How appealing. Nothing there, says Stephen McLean. Now Scott Brown takes aim, and is it going to go over the line? It does! Cummins the substitute! 3 goals apiece! Unbridled joy for the St Johnstone fans! Hearts have blown a 3-1 lead!
Absolutely incredible. I actually thought after throw-in initially there might have been a push by Augustine. And I think he's level. May even be slightly offside. There might be a little bit unfortunate there, Hearts. From it, no, well, that's off a Hearts defender anyway. And Cummins just gambles. He does what all good strikers do. And somehow the ball finds its way into the corner of the net.
Graham Cummins off the bench for Tommy Wright. And he's levelled the contest. Well, we had a feeling, didn't we, that the scoring hadn't ended in this match. About 800 or so have made the 45-mile journey along the M90 for this opening weekend match. St Johnstone really were up against it, but now they're fired up. Now they might feel they can go on and win this game. Hearts at times wearing a bit of a rattled look.
Yeah, I mean, even there, Augustine, I don't think that's a penalty there, but a bit silly just to shove John Sutton down.
Walker. Now Patterson. Nicholson! That's another goal in this incredible festival of goals. Sam Nicholson joins in the fun. And Hearts have the noses in front again.
Well, it's a wonderful, wonderful ball in from Patterson. The ball's just popped out here. I think Damskovic should deal with that, but Nicholson just gambles in, and it's a lovely deflection. Just opens that left foot out, uses the pace of the cross.
Patterson setting it up. Nicholson saying thank you very much. Breathless, the second half. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. We certainly are. As neutrals and Hearts trying to take the game to St Johnstone again. Jamie Walker, Morgado Gomez. What next today here in the capital? Kevin McCarthy. It's Easton doing the defending. Walker for Patterson. Ryan Easton standing firm for St Johnstone. It was 3-3 when last they met at McDermott Park, January 2014. They've gone one better and still time for more goals.
Who would be a manager, eh, Derek?
I'm sure it isn't a game that you could characterise as a manager's dream at all. When you get 7 goals, then well, you get defensive mistakes, all part of life's rich pageant. Now, Hearts to play it in again. McCarthy with his left foot. Hasn't been in great form in pre-season, Kevin McCarthy. Perhaps that's why Igor Rossi got the green light at left back today. Osman Sow, one of the targets. McCarthy, John Sutton with the important header on the ball. Wotherspoon. Just gone out of play, following the Wotherspoon pass. So many twists and turns here. It'll be a smooth road ahead for Hearts. 8 minutes left. Nicholson. Quite come off for him, and it's really opening up now for Cummins and St Johnstone. Gomez frantically trying to get back and become the extra defender. Easton. Switch of play to Shongase. A bit of trouble controlling the ball. Osman Sow stretching those long legs. Nicholson. Öztürk, Tommy Wright acting as ball boy. Well, Chris Kane is, I think, going to come on. There was a mistake on the team sheet. The name Craig Johnston was listed for St Johnstone, but Chris Kane about to make his way on. Here's Easton. I think it might be the end of the story for David Wotherspoon. Patterson, and he has fouled. Ryan Easton a bit shaken up. Complaints from the Hearts players.
I think the referee's got that one right, Derek, for me. It's needless from Patterson. It's his knees up into the back of Easton. I'm not so sure that's a yellow, but certainly a foul.
It was Augustin who said something. He certainly wasn't the guilty party. The yellow card was flashed in the direction of Augustin by Stephen McLean. Not to apologise if you're experiencing a bit of picture breakup at home, doing our best to rectify matters.
Good position this for Wotherspoon, just far enough out.
Five and a half minutes to go. Tension building again. Wotherspoon, and through it goes. And he was hoping for that little touch from Cummins.
Not so sure, using two minds there.
So now it will be Chris Kane and David Wotherspoon does indeed go off, hearing the boos because of his Hibernian past. So Chris Kane, exciting young striker, is on. Should give Tommy Wrightside a bit of extra pace in attack. Spent some time on loan at Dumbarton in the first half of last season. Walker. Going to go on a run. Still has it. Jamie Walker. Manus fielding the ball. And Mackay put to work.
Bright again from Walker.
And the sun is with us, and it's shining on Hearts at the moment. This topsy-turvy encounter. John Sutton's header. Blossy just whacks it away.
Just wonder whether Kane could have gambled a little bit earlier there of John Sutton's flick.
Joe Shaughnessy. So Johnston happy to have them on board, not just because of the long throws, but pretty handy. Full start. Hearts are going to go to the bench. Jordan McGee will come on for Jamie Walker. And he almost scored again just seconds ago. Standing ovation for Walker.
Intelligent player, Derek, I like him. Knows when to release the ball. A really good young prospect.
Well, they want to hang on to what they have, Hearts. So it's Jordan McGee to try to batten down the hatches, put up the barricades. Shaughnessy. Hearts needed a strong head on the ball. Augustin duly delivered. I think that booking earlier was for Augustin, but just looking to confirm that, the fourth official. And Patterson shepherds it through. As Hearts try to see this out, Chris.
Yeah, Patterson saw that out well. Augustin, the last three long throws, has really done well. Goes and attacks the ball. He looks like he could be a decent acquisition for Hearts.
There will be Arsenal against Chelsea. 2:30 today in the Community Shield. BT Sport 2 and BT Sport Ultra. That's one of our new channels. For more details on BT Sport Ultra HD, visit btsport.com. And Craig took a knock to the face. Patterson is going to be the player called over this time. A yellow card for Callum Patterson.
Referee's got no choice there. I think he may be slightly unfortunate having seen the replay. Just turns his back.
I only assume it was Augustin earlier for dissent after the Patterson foul. We have had that confirmed now from down below. The fourth official. Scobie. Dropping for Scott Brown. Nervous moments at the back for Hearts. Osman So having to join in. We're in the final minute of normal time. Shaughnessy from the left. And the header has too much height on it. And Cummins getting on the end of it. And just to confirm graphically, Kwasi Augustin receiving a yellow card in his first SPFL match with Hearts. 7-goal thriller, not quite finished yet, Chris. Nicholson taking on Scobie. Trying to hold it up near the corner flag. Sam Nicholson. Did that stay in play? Apparently so. Scott Brown to launch it forwards. 3 minutes to be added on. Here's Turk has it. When he gets into that position here at Tynecastle, you hear the word shoot, but instead it was the word pass that flashed through the mind of Ali Moustouik.
You just got to keep the ball there, Ostergaz. He had an option out left. All it does is invite more pressure, give the ball straight back to St Johnstone.
So, will be a St Johnstone free kick. And they've got the cavalry forward. Can they pull out of the fire? Well, we'll have to wait for the free kick because Osman Sow is now going to be replaced. Gavin Riley is coming on. Osman Sow. He's full of running, so next to the power of work. The Swede of Senegalese descent. And Gavin Riley on the last couple of minutes. Deployed by Robbie Nielsen. Had quite the impact at Queen of the South last term in the championship. Hearts saw him close up. Scobie to take it. Plenty of aerial targets in there for the Saints. Oh no, from the St Johnstone point of view, that's terrible. Scott Brown, and it's Riley running at the defence. Now St Johnstone still in this. I'm sure Tommy Wright was livid just then with Scott Brown. Cummins, and here's O'Halloran. It's away by Augustin. Things getting heated. Hearts inching towards 3 points in the first game of the season. St Johnstone, they knew they needed to get the ball back in play swiftly. Scobie. Will it fall for a St Johnstone player? Chris Kane competing for it. Down he goes. Knew what he was doing, I think. And Alexander falls on the ball. And it might be end of story.
Yeah, just loaded in for one last time. A bit of pinball in the box there. I think Hearts just about done enough.
Well, it's a match that has scaled exhilarating peaks. 93 minutes and counting. Igor Rossi, strong header. Hearts try to slam the door shut on St Johnstone. Brown, bit of a tangle there. Easton and Nicholson. Shaughnessy. Running into Rossi. That was a sore one for the assistant referee. Stuart McMillan over there.
Rossi does well there. Just stands Shaughnessy up. Holds on to the ball. I think that will be that.
Hearts back in the Premiership. And they've recorded a victory at the first time of asking. My goodness, though. What a game. Neil Alexander had a couple of nervous moments. Sam Nicholson getting on target. Ultimately to secure the 3 points. They really had to work so hard for this. And delight etched on the faces of the Hearts players. Callum Patterson also scoring in this game. But credit to St Johnstone because they hold themselves back. Trailing 3-1, were able to get it to 3-3. But then there was Nicholson's goal. And that was the end of the tale. The final score here at Tynecastle on this opening Sunday. Hearts 4, St Johnstone 3.
Derek and Chris, many thanks indeed. What a way that is to start a season for us here on BT Sport. Just the 7 goals for you. And it absolutely exploded in that second half.